Hi everyone, welcome to Fishco. In this lecture, we are going to see about selection and preparation of the fish. So selection and preparation of the fish, in which we will see about selection. So selection is nothing but we are selecting the some kind of fish for the canning process. So which fish we should select? So we are going to see in this lecture. And preparation of the fish, how should we prepare the fish? It will be ready for the canning. So in both combination, we'll see about selection and preparation of the fish. So let's see. So selection and preparation of fish, it is the part of out canning process operation. So when we are taking the cans, we are preparing the canning procedure. The selection and preparation is the part of the canning process. So first of all, we will take the fish which contain low amount of the bacteria, and then we are applying the thermal destruction of bacteria mainly on this fish. And then after destroying the 99% of the bacteria from that fish, we are keeping that fish in the preserved condition for future use. It is the process is termed but as canning. So next we will see which kind of fish we should select. So now see, the thermal destruction of bacteria follows logarithmic pattern. Before that we should know this. So the in each terms 90% of bacteria get destruction take place. So this, keep this in mind. For every decades 90% of bacteria getting destroyed in the thermal destruction process. So we should we should take such fish that it contain low amount of bacteria. So that's why we don't need to apply the much amount of it. So if you are not getting now this concept, in upcoming lecture you will be clear about this. So no need to worry. Now you see, this is the high bacterial load fish. Now you can see here, this is the high bacterial load fish, and this is the low bacterial load fish. So you may say that why you are showing these fishes. So see, high bacterial load fish contain high bacteria, low bacterial load fish contain low bacteria. So we should select such fish that it contain low amount of bacteria. Why, sir, why you are selecting that fish only? So the answer of that question is the quite simple, that the low bacterial load fish contain low bacteria. So the input of energy or amount of heat required for to destruction of that bacteria, it will require in less in amount. So that we are selecting that fish, low bacterial load fish. So now you can see that we are selecting low bacterial fish. The higher the initial load of bacteria, longer will be the time required for elimination. So we are just low bacterial fish, we are taking it and we are applying that heat procedure method, and then we are keeping that fishes in that can. That's just I'm saying this all concept in roughly manner, but each concept have different kind of stages and procedure. So we will see that in next upcoming lectures. So now we are going to see about preparation of fish. Up till now we had seen about selection procedure. Now we are seeing that preparation of the fish. So now let's see. For small fish like sardine involve first of all heading, then it's involve gutting. Gutting means nothing, removal of the visceral parts like the stomach, then gills like that. And then scaling means removing the scales, and then remove of the tail. So we are removing the tail, we are in scaling, we are removing the scales, and in removal of the fin, we are removing the fins. So like that, scaling is removing of the scale. So you can see it's quite easy for small fishes. This process is exclusively performed in the small fishes. But in case of large fish, what happened? In case of large fish, it is not easy to remove all the fins, then that heading, gutting. This is not that easy to do in the large fishes. So in such fishes we just roughly do the cut the tail portion, and bleeding is done in large fishes like tuna. The example of this fish is quite interesting, because this question is asked in previous years, so you have to focus here. So now see, shrimp is peeled and deveined for canning. In case of crustaceans, shrimp is there. So in shrimp, what we do, the deveining is done. Deveining is nothing but vein is removed from that dorsal portion of the body. So we are removing that vein. It is the completely deveining procedure is done in the shrimp. Now let's see about what about bivalves, mussels, clams, oyster. In that we purification process is done. So we call it as a depuration. So depuration, it is a term is very important in case of that. So in case of depuration is done in case of the bivalves, mussels, and clam and oyster. So you can see bivalves, this is mussels, and this is clams. So depuration process is done in this. So now let's see about why we should do the dressing and all this procedure. Dressing reduces the bulk, the weight or the bulk of the quantity. The dressing procedure reduces that, and raw material, making it further handling convenient. The raw material which is it make easy to kind of handling for future use. This is like to the raw material of the other than fish used in the processing also should have prime quality. So you have to keep all these things in mind. That so the terminology you have to remember is that the depuration, what is the deveining, and then that one remaining one deveining, like that. So you have to keep this kind. Dressing of sardine. In dressing of sardine, we're going to see the small video. So in this video, you can see that this is the sardine fish. In that fish, we are first of all, we are removing that gill portion. Next, after that, we are doing the gutting part. We are removing the intestine and stomach part. Then also same procedure we are doing in another fish also, and removing that visceral part, guts, it including intestine, and tailing also, tail portion is also cut in here. So bleeding in tuna. So bleeding in tuna is done in this video. You can see in this video that bleeding is done. So after catching the tuna with the help of tuna long line, this is the tuna completely, it's large. So it's hard to do all the procedure like removing the viscera, scaling, gutting and all. But in some countries it's also performed. So see, first of all, what we do in that procedure, first we just cut the bleeding is done. We just cut the pectoral fin. So why we cut pectoral fin? The reason is that the rich blood supply is there, the aorta is there. So that's why we cut the pectoral fin. From another side also, we are cutting the pectoral fin. You can see in that video. So now we are heading toward the tail portion. Tail portion is also cut in that fish. So like this. So this is about bleeding done in the tuna. Of terminologies in mind, because this is the main important question in JRF exam. So this is overall about selection and selection and preparation procedure. So thank you for watching these videos. For more videos, be connected with us.